So hello and welcome. Thank you for coming here and agreeing to do this. And please introduce yourselves.
Hello, I'm Stefan and Max. I'm from Romania, and I've been studying at the BFI for the past 2 semesters.
Hello, my name is Maximilian Hope, and I'm Austrian, but I grew up in Switzerland, and I'm in the same course as Stefan for the same amount of semesters.
How's the course called?
European Economy and Business Administration.
So we're covering that program today, and because there's also banking and finance in English, but this we will cover not today but later. So we're covering the main. I guess most people apply, there to your program. I don't know. And the first question would be, why did you decide to apply there in the first place?
Why did I decide to apply? Well, first of all, I kind of wanted to just go in this direction of economics and so on. And as I first was at WU and it didn't go as planned, I had to take a second option, and because obviously studying is important. So I looked a bit at the BFI, and I actually found it kind of interesting. Even though it's not like a usual university, it's like University of Applied Sciences. But I stumbled upon it. I looked at the courses, and everything was going. I thought it was very interesting, so I decided to just go for it. Why not? Give it a try.
What about you?
Well, for me, it was my first university, basically my first year of university. I wanted to go into economics too, and I looked up multiple options, WU as well. And in the end, I got into BFI, which for me, I was intrigued by the school system basically, and that's how I ended up in this course basically.
Nice. And you mentioned it's a Uni of Applied Sciences. Is it any different to like a regular or general university?
Yes, I would say so. Do you want to go first?
Well, I don't have that much experience in a normal university, actually. Okay. But in my opinion, it's different because we're only 50 in the course. And even in the classes, we're split up into 2 groups of 25. And we're already less than 25 in each group. So it's way more interactive with the teacher as well, with the professor. So I would say it's different.
Yeah, nice. Smaller groups are always nice because at WU we have like 240 students in one cohort at the beginning, and then I think in the German programs it's even more. At WISO it was 1,000 or something students.
Yeah, I mean because it was in Corona time, so I have made everything online. I think I only was once or twice in the main what do you call it? Auditorium or
TC Audimax.
Exactly, yeah, Audimax. And there were still quite a lot of people in there, but I don't think I interacted that much with them. But I'd also agree with Max that it's very interactive. I think it's working in a smaller group is better because you get to know the people better as well, and have this connection and teamwork, and it's very fun. It's more for my taste than a bigger.
It goes more into a school direction, I would say.
High school vibes.
Yes.
Like the last year of high school, for example, more or less, we have, I think, because at Uni of Applied Sciences you have like more fixed lectures and hours. Because at uni you can just pick whatever you want and nobody cares about you. Yes,
exactly. So if you attend the course or not, it's in university it's your problem basically. But if you don't attend the course, you have to attend for 70% of the courses of each course.
So you still have like a fixed thing to do. I mean,
so there is an attendance basically.
Yeah. There's also a difference that you basically don't choose your courses, you just get them.
Yeah, you have like schedule for you.
Yeah, exactly.
At uni you also have like the attendance requirements, but you have like a choice of like, for specialization you have like 25 specializations to choose from, and you choose 2 just out of 25, and then 3 electives, and then you just like, when you look at your schedule, try to not make anything overlap, and it's stressful.
Yeah.
But there I think you're given a schedule.
Yes.
Can you choose anything like specializations there, or is it just like very strict, like this?
I think soon we can choose some things for
with
5th and 6th semester. Yeah, exactly, elective courses.
Yeah.
But that's not the case at the moment. We're just
don't have that much knowledge about that.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we're going with the flow.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So yeah, but you get a schedule and then
Yeah.
off you go, and everybody gets a spot at the course.
Exactly. Actually, I think everything is in the curriculum
Mhm.
before applying to university, and you can check it up there. It's
Yeah.
interesting. I think one thing that we chose from the beginning was the languages.
Yes,
We
the
need to
language.
choose a language between French, Russian, and Spanish,
Mhm.
and then you will stick with that language for your whole studies.
Oh, it's like a B2 level, I guess.
Yeah,
To get
sort
it.
of.
Well,
yeah.
I think there is for advanced
Mhm.
courses, and there is a beginner too,
Yeah.
for each
Oh, nice.
language.
For
Yes,
each person to kind of feel comfortable,
Yes,
yeah.
exactly.
That's actually very good. And now, a more general question about your experience and your story is, when did you decide to apply? Like, what are the application deadlines? Maybe you could mention a few. Somewhere.
So because I need to think, when did I stop being at the WU? I think it was after the winter semester.
Mhm.
I just didn't actively participate at the courses anymore because I knew I was basically kicked out, or
Mhm.
I had to redo. I basically had to redo the stale.
Yeah, yeah.
But I didn't bother with it because I was like not very motivated to wait another year or whatever.
Mhm.
So I just looked at the file. I think the deadline was somewhere till July or for the winter semester, to apply for the next winter semester. I looked it up and I applied.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, for me, I was in the army
Mhm.
at the time in Austria, because it's mandatory in Austria.
Mhm.
And I looked up multiple unis, and I just applied to FH BFI basically, and that's how I got in. I applied around April, I think,
Okay.
or May.
Yeah, they're like on. So, guys, for everybody wondering about the application deadlines, please check them on the official website. Like, you will be surprised by how much information you can find on the official website.
Yeah, true.
You might even get
Don't
lost.
take our word for granted.
Yeah, double check stuff like the deadlines, the payment fees.
Yeah.
Check
Yes,
that, please.
yes.
What's the fee for the semester? Is it the
300
same?
something?
300. I have 350 something.
Yeah, plus the ÖH-Betrag, which is
Yes.
like
20 euros.
yeah, so it's like you come around 370,
Yeah, okay.
something like that, per semester. Which
Yeah.
is
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It's really okay. Because, the same at most universities, the same thing, the same fee and the same habit track. I also paid the habit as well, 20 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, but please check the deadlines. If you're from Europe or not from Europe, they change as well. They're different, and the semester fee might be different if you're not from Europe, because it might be a bit higher. For example,
Yeah.
for non-EU
Mm.
students, it's like 700 something euros, because I guess
Per semester.
per semester, yes, like
Wow.
per semester plus the 20 euro fee. So it's
Plus,
like
yeah.
yeah, but it's still good, I guess. It's still
Yeah,
pretty
it's-
cheap.
Yes, it's
Compared to the
less than
USA.
1,000.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
less than
Compared to the
1,000.
USA or the
Yeah.
UK or anything,
Let's not talk about the US.
Yeah.
you have experience.
No, it's just it's the US. We're chilling in you.
And now let's talk about the fun stuff everybody would like to know right now, who are watching this, is how did the application, the selection procedure go? Like, especially the entrance exam. So you start with the application, and can you please walk us through the steps and focus on the entrance exam a bit?
Yeah, can you walk us through the steps?
So at the beginning, you after you applied, you'll have, I don't know exactly where it is on the website, but you can find what exactly shows up in the entrance exam.
Mhm.
I don't want to say anything specifically because I'm not sure at 100% anymore. But,
Why? You can share your experience.
Well, there was a math part,
Mhm.
Something economy related,
Yeah.
Business administration, English as well.
Well, that's all parts.
Yeah, I think
5 parts.
I think 5 parts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think.
Was it
yes.
like a big exam? How many hours did it take you to solve it?
No,
It was only 1.5 hours.
Oh wow! Wow.
Yeah, I think because the thing is, you take them individually, so it's not just okay. We're gonna do all of these
Oh,
parts in
yes.
one sitting.
So
Okay.
you can choose it yourself, basically,
exactly.
when you want to do it, and it records the screen.
It's
So-
actually surprisingly professional because
Yes.
they take it very seriously. So you have to record yourself. You stand there. You have limited time. With this different portal that you do it.
Yeah.
So you can't go on your desktop basically.
Yeah.
It's the whole
So
window is
Locked.
it's
Lock
yeah.
screen. It's like online supervision. I think they watch your face, the sound around you, and the screen, so you don't cheat.
But I mean, for the tests individually, it was like, I think English. It depended as well. Like for the English exam, I think it was just 15 minutes, and you had some multiple choice questions, or you had to fill in some
with
words.
a text as well.
Yeah, and then math was as well. I think the same format, but math was a bit lost.
Yeah, but, they tell you what to study
Basically,
on the website. So what shows up in the exam?
Oh, I think it was an European economy part.
Yes,
that
exactly.
One, like a bit of politics as well and history.
So you have 5 parts, and you take them at separate times whenever you choose, kind of.
I think they also have a deadline.
Yeah, of course,
there's a deadline.
Yeah,
Yeah, obviously.
but, yeah.
I don't.
But I think that's the difference. They differ the deadline. So you can, let's say, you can do English till Monday, and then math you can do till Wednesday or something.
Oh, that's
like
cool. That's very paced.
that. Yeah,
Yes,
but
it's not that stressful because you don't have to do everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like imagine
time.
2 hours
Yeah.
for part that just go. And were they difficult? Like, was the math part or the English or the business section of the entrance exam that difficult? How do you remember it? Like your experience or your
did we actually
emotions, if you remember?
did we get the results?
No, we
No, we
never got the
didn't. Yeah.
results back. So I
I had a good feeling after them. What about you?
I had a good feeling too, but I didn't get accepted right away.
Oh,
But I got accepted 2 weeks after I didn't get accepted.
Nice.
Basically, because after you get accepted, you have 2 weeks to say yes to the course, and if you don't, then they give the spot to
Yeah,
the
somebody
next
else
person.
moves up.
In line in the waiting list. So I just didn't pass basically for this.
But the waiting list, for example, like not that many people say no, I guess. Like it's not like 100 people saying no. I mean, like 10, maybe 15 people saying no. So you were very close, I guess, up there in the borderline of the.
Yes.
I guess. So they don't send you the results. You never
No.
hear back from them, like
No,
the solutions, the
But
questions.
I think it's fine because it was only basics.
yeah. I mean,
Basic-
the business administration one, you literally just have to read what they give you, and then that's what they will ask. They're nice.
Is it multiple choice questions, all of them,
Mostly,
Yeah.
or
mostly.
do you have to write anything?
I don't remember writing that much, to be honest.
No, same.
It's just because I get it. It's sort of like you don't want to do it overly complicated. It's just an entrance exam to see if people actually are invested.
Yeah, and the time.
Because I didn't only apply for this course. I also applied for banking and finance, and I think I got in banking and finance first, and I wasn't sure which one to pick. But because you said you had like a specific time to decide, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna change to the European economy, and everything was transferred, and it was fine.
And banking and finance is the same kind of entrance exam structure.
Actually, yeah, I think you have also English, economics, and business administration or math, and then there's a specific part also just finance.
Okay,
So,
yeah,
a
of course,
bit of
like course
statistics.
specific part. Yeah.
Exactly.
So so it wasn't that hard. It was like in the middle. You just have to prepare a bit.
I'd say
yes,
if
if you're prepared, it's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, it's like always
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
It's always like that.
Exactly. It's
But-
always like that.
yeah, I'd say you just don't have to stress yourself.
It's not too much.
Yeah, but you also don't have a lot of time, so you have to be.
You have to know the stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Basically. So yeah, please everybody watching this, go on the website and check what you have to read for the entrance exam, and then you should. I think they provide like books, like specific chapters of the book you have to read. Also, their brochure of if you go on the website and you look at the brochures of the programs, there was also like an instructional bit as well. There is an instruction how to apply. So you basically register online, maybe like fill out. Do you have to present any documents like your schooling certificate,
Yeah.
English
Yes.
certificate?
Yeah, you have to present. Do you have to actually attach them online as well? Right?
Yes, you have to attach them, submit them. Basically.
Yeah. So, but then they also invite. I think when you get accepted, you also have to show up in person and then give your
High school
original
diploma.
documents.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, show
The commitment.
yes.
Perfect. So yeah, I think it's like most universities like you go to online too. And do you have to pass any English exams to prove that you have English to B2 level to apply there? Like IELTS, TOEFL? Okay.
No, you don't need any of those. From what I know, you just need a.
But if you're from Austria, you have to like have a positive grade on the Matura to prove you have English, I think. Like, do you have to prove your English knowledge at some point?
We didn't.
I mean,
I think it's an entrance exam.
Oh, okay.
Basically,
Perfect.
you prove your English
Yeah.
level, but not.
No, I mean, because we also have different.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, do you have API as well?
Yes.
Okay, never mind. Then we don't have different. Because in Austria, it's a bit different than in Germany. It's a slight difference, but yeah, we both have the Abitur.
Abitur, yeah. So yeah, for some applicants, we have like Abitur or Matura positive grade of English. It kind of proves that you know English to Abitur level. And for applicants from not EU maybe countries or from abroad, from overseas, look it up if you need to submit any IELTS or TOEFL or any additional documents proving that you know English, because that sometimes happens. So I think, and also people were very curious how many people actually register each year, if you know like the numbers of applicants.
What I can say is that there was this info session where you can attend and inform yourself a bit about the course, and I don't think there were like only 5 people in there.
But yes, the info session.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, it still gives you an insight how many people are actually interested in the course itself.
Yeah,
but I still think there's a couple of.
I think it's not as much as on the WU.
No, definitely not.
Definitely not. But it's only. It's hard to tell because even for the info session, a lot of people come from outside of Austria or Vienna, so not a lot of people are really local.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd say like a couple of hundreds. Like 100, 200, something
For
like
50
that.
places, like
Yeah, sort
300,
of, yeah.
200 people.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. I think for our course, it should be around 100 people or something who apply for it. But yeah, in the beginning of the year, we had 50 people.
That's good. Yeah, it's like a smaller group, but yeah, because it's like this, the number of spots and the number of applicants. Yeah, but I guess like 2-3 people per spot, competition-wise.
Yeah,
maybe somewhere.
Yeah,
something like that.
2-3 people. We should be reasonable.
We made it.
We made it, yeah.
We're survivors.
The chosen ones.
Yeah.
Proud. Yes, I am.
And just a note, so a girl messaged me. She was also applying to FAHA, and she's from non-EU country. And she asked me to please mention that students who have diplomas which are not equivalent to Austrian or EU ones, they will have to take supplementary examination, and like in math or another language or another subject they tell you to. And it might be, for example, the math exam this year is on 28th of June. So we're applying to multiple universities. Please check if your exams don't clash. For example, the WU entrance exam is on the 20th of June for BBE program, and also the supplementary exam of a girl who is applying to FAHA, to the European Management Program, is also on 20th of June. So you please, check with your high school exams, with your other university exams, if they don't clash each other. That's an important note here, just like as a reminder. And then back to the general questions. So is there anything the applicants should know before applying there? Any surprises or anything you want to mention? The insights.
Any insights, Max?
So I did not expect the FH to be like this, how it is, because I didn't know what to expect, really, because it was my first year of studying, basically, and I was just intrigued. So it's more of a school, basically, and
yeah, I mean, for me, it was kind of interesting because I had experience in a university, and then another one, the WU. So I had the Hauptuni, so like the more old style but still pretty good university, and then the more modern one. But I agree with you. It's like more like a school, and it's smaller. The building itself is also small. Yes. But there's surprisingly a lot of people that come in the university. Like we see them.
Yes, and what I really like about the course, since it's in English, there are very few Austrians, I would say. I'm Austrian.
About the course?
Without being
I'm Austrian
mean.
myself, and a lot of people don't speak German as well. So you have only a few people really already have friends in Vienna. So you have to befriend the other people in the course, and since the class is really small in comparison to university.
Yeah.
So yeah, get to know the people, and I
It's
think it's
very international as
yes,
well.
it's very
From
international. Yeah.
all over the world.
From like EU bordering countries also.
Yeah,
north.
a lot of bordering countries like Slovakia, you have Albania, you have also
Namibia.
Namibia. They have wild ones as well. Turkey.
USA maybe.
Actually, we don't have
we don't
anyone
have,
from
no, we have USA,
I don't think so.
but from Honduras.
Honduras, yeah.
Mhm.
So it's quite international.
That's good actually. You get to know like different cultures and
Yeah.
people. How to be friendly in all cultures, because sometimes like different cultural backgrounds can be.
Also from Ukraine.
Yes.
Yeah, like also there are people from like the Slovak countries,
Mhm.
bordering ones. Yeah, it's I think also for Ruby it's the same. They're very international, and you're like, oh, here, and you try and the cultural backgrounds. I think when you work in a team with like international people, it kind of elevates your how to say that communication skills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or social skills as well.
Did you make a lot of friends there actually?
I mean, funnily enough, that's how we met again.
Oh,
Because
We knew each other from over
Before.
3 years ago.
yeah.
By accident, we met again in the same course.
oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it was literally the first ever course, and then I was standing next to him, and he was like, "I know you from somewhere." And I was like, "I know you too." And yeah,
That's good. That's good. So it's pretty middle-ish level to get there, to get in there, to get accepted there. And then we asked that. And how do like the facilities, the building, the location of it, like maybe the library or the canteen, like do you enjoy it, spending time on campus?
do we have a canteen?
Yes, we do have a canteen. It's really small, I would say, compared to other universities. And the library isn't the biggest one, but the libraries are open to everybody in every university, so you don't necessarily have to go to the library of BFI. You could also go to the library of the WU, which is right next to the BFI, basically. So, and it's
That's
bigger
cool.
as well.
The high schools, right?
We're
It's
very,
just-
very
yes,
close.
it's
10 minutes walking.
yes. Not
Nice.
even.
You have a library card basically, and you can borrow books from other libraries, especially because I'm writing a bachelor thesis right now, and I found out that I can actually register for another Hub Uni library to get the book I need because we don't have that at WU. So yeah, that's nice. And how big are maybe the classrooms? Like how are the teachers there?
The classrooms vary from size to size. I mean,
Yes.
for example, we have one course where we put both groups together. So you have like a big space. Actually, like it's relatively not like a usual classroom that you would have, but still a bit bigger. So you have rows of I think you can fit around 80 people in there.
Yes, 80 people.
I'd say not 100 because that'd be too much. But then you also have small classrooms where you fit like 30 people.
Yeah, for like more
For
like close
the language
rooms.
classes. as
Yeah,
Yeah.
the small groups. Yeah, we also do that.
Even less. Sometimes only 20.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're really small rooms.
yeah. So it's also like true for any university. For example, like in like specialization courses or electives where you like kind of choose and it's like less people. Like language courses, you don't need a big room for 80 people. It's just a waste of space.
Yeah.
So yeah, perfect. And how are the teachers there? How's the teaching process there? Exams? How hard is it to study?
Well,
This is wild now.
I would say it's everywhere. It's the same. There are always teachers that are less likable, and some that are more likable.
Very diplomatic.
And
We have to keep it like that.
and I think some of them are nice, but other ones.
On the overall, like
Overall,
is it fine?
overall, I would say it's
Yeah, no, I'd say most of them are very nice. They are very involved. So whenever there's something that I don't know if you forget an assignment or they email you, or if you have questions, they're always there to answer you.
they're very open to
Yeah,
yeah, that's
yeah,
nice.
very very polite.
Yes.
You can see that they want to build a good relationship with the students. That's why also
and they want you to succeed as well. They
Yeah, it's their
they
fun.
show but they I really show it.
Oh, that's really nice. And what's like the teaching methods, like for example, slides, lectures, and group works or exams? Like how you like the grade? Is it the grade just the exam you pass, or is it like group works, assignments, homeworks?
No, that's that's the tricky part. It depends on what course you have, but mostly the formula for it is The exam is around 70%,
of the grade.
and then 30% is up to the teacher to decide,
Yeah.
either by like quizzes or participation points or
Reports.
homeworks.
Do you have a lot of group books, by the way? The courses, like a lot of group projects, like 2, 3, 5 people in a group.
Yeah, we have some. Yeah.
Yeah, we had
Like right now, we have a group we have to have groups in financial accounting,
yes.
and they usually do put us in groups. For example, we also have these courses which don't last as long as the normal the other subjects, and they usually are based on a last presentation or a group project.
Yes. So they don't have an exam.
Yeah.
They're more of being there,
Interaction.
participating,
Like
participating
workshops,
in
I think.
yes,
Sort of,
yeah.
sort of, yeah.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
it's like there's no exam at the end. Mostly presentation
Mm-hmm.
or like a group work you have to show. So yeah, presentation.
Yeah,
Exactly.
nice. And what was like your favorite, like top 3 courses you liked so far? Let's just name them.
You go first.
Well, I have to think about
Just
that.
give the difficult questions to him. Such a nice friend.
Just yes, I can thought process in the meantime. Now, Shawan, I can go first.
You can go.
Okay.
Ask,
Well, I'd say I'm a bit biased because I have different teachers than he has. For example, he has Spanish, I have French, and I love the French course. To be fair, I also already know French, so
That's why I love it.
yeah. But also because the teachers they're very very nice, and they're like super humble and chill, and they're not very. How should I put this in?
Strict.
Yeah, they're not strict. They just want you to have a good time at the same time. Pass the
Learn
course.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
learn
that's
the
nice.
course. So I'd say to them like French. English is also fun. I mean, I think we only had it the first 2 semesters. I don't think we'll have it again.
Yeah.
And other than that, I'd say something like. Let me think about it now. But,
Yeah, like the business related subjects. What about them?
With political economy right now
It's pretty fun.
It's actually
it's
pretty
actually
fun.
cool because yeah.
But I think a big part of if the class is enjoyable or not, I would say if we have it if we have it online or present,
Oh yeah, true.
and
Big difference.
if we're actually in class, sitting there and interacting with the teacher is much better, basically,
Yeah.
because online it's
Yeah,
very
it's-
hard to motivate yourself.
Yeah, you just like cook breakfast on the side
Yeah.
or
Huh.
sleep.
Sleep. No,
Yeah.
it's not even. It doesn't even come to breakfast. It's just.
And if you're actually in the class, it's even for the teacher, for example, it's sometimes you notice that they're more,
Yeah.
they enjoy it way more
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah.
Definitely.
So
Yeah, when the corona started, we had a teacher at our course, and he like excused himself and asked students to give him a break from the camera because he was like so, his energy drained so much from the online classes, and he was like taking multiple breaks from the online lectures because it was just a bit too much for him. I mean, like, some people handle it differently. So like, imagine you're sitting in front of a desk online, you couldn't see anybody, and it's kind of
Yeah.
a bit strange feeling. And right now, are the classes in presence, all of them?
All of them.
All of them.
Perfect.
Thank God.
yes,
Because I think we even had it. We were one of the last ones to
yeah.
have it on site as well.
Mm.
We had it online the whole time.
So did you have like one online semester in the corona times, or did you have to
Mm,
always like
it
one
always
half?
switched.
Yeah,
It switched.
Oh, okay.
It yeah.
I think in the beginning it was mainly on site, and then
On-site.
were online, some were on site. It was actually kind of a cool mix
Yeah.
because you could just, in some days where you were tired, you could
Yeah,
stay
yeah,
home,
yeah.
and then some days you're okay, we go back to university.
Mhm.
And then when the pandemic started,
No choice.
Again.
Unfortunately.
we had to stay at home the whole time.
How did the uni handle the online switch? Like, did they record lectures, or was it like? Did they do like a good job at transferring everything to online mode?
Actually,
So
yeah,
suddenly-
I don't think they had any problems.
No, it wasn't
Everything
that much of a
worked.
problem. It was just, I think for the teachers it was frustrating, and for the students it was more of a lack of motivation.
Yeah, and like structuring or organizing yourself. If you're in bed all day, like or like at your room all
Yeah,
day,
you don't leave your room.
yeah,
all
that's
day.
kind of depressing.
And
Yeah.
we have like 3 hours. Most of our courses are 3 hours. So
3 hours long, yes. So
at some point you're like, okay, how about we take a break now?
Yeah. Please. And by the way, about your schedule, like during the week, how many days are lecture days, and for how long do they usually last? For example?
If we have a full lecture day, it could last. Mostly, it starts at 8:50 till 12:05 a.m.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, let me say.
To be specific.
And in the afternoon, it starts at 1 p.m. till 4:15.
Yeah,
I
something
think.
like that. So we have like a break in between
We
if
have a
you're
break
at
in between.
university.
But sometimes the courses are a bit shorter
Nice.
as well.
Mhm.
So the language courses, for example,
Yeah,
are shorter.
shorter. Yeah. So we would usually we'd start at 8:50, and then technically, if you go to university, we come back home at either some past 4 or at 15:30 we finish sometimes as well.
Nice. So not later, not like until 6 p.m. or 8 p.m.
No,
Yeah.
no.
I mean, there's also some exceptions where you have courses that are not as long as, or subjects are not as long as the main ones, and they take like they're basically the whole day.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you finish at like 5 or
Yes,
something
we-
like
we-
that. But they're only 3 times. So
Yes, so it's an exception.
yeah.
And do you have lectures like from Monday to Friday, or do you have like same days off throughout the week as well?
Actually, Monday is not a really
Monday is the day we have off the most,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would say. But it also depends because he's in group 2, I'm in group 1.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, I had accounting on Monday morning,
I have it on Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
and he had it on Wednesday morning. So he had Monday
Free
off,
basically.
yeah,
Mhm.
and I didn't.
And Monday they also give an extra statistics or math course for just in case you have.
helping you
Oh, that's
every
nice.
2 weeks.
Oh, that's
you
very
can-
nice. Like for statistics, math, or for every course do they do?
No, actually, just for
math,
or
but-
/ statistics.
Oh, math.
You
Yeah,
can-
math difficult. Yeah.
Yeah, the teachers are quite nice, I would say. In if what I want to say is that the teachers really give you their email, they give you
Mhm.
everything. You can go to their office,
Yeah.
ask them.
Oh, nice.
They're really willing to help.
Yeah.
Most of them.
Yeah.
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 Perfect. And then about your kind of personal experience, like the first days of study when you first got on campus, because it was on site for you, you were the lucky ones. How was it, like the impressions, like from the first, let's say, week? How was your emotions and studies?
I mean, me personally, I was actually very excited,
Mhm.
just for the fact that I was gonna meet new people again, and then just seeing new faces, and I immediately felt like it was a very cool group. Like I think everyone's very nice, and
Yeah.
we're hanging out basically together most of the time as well.
Yeah.
Just
Outside
sometime-
of university.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Like, we go together in breaks, and then after we finish university, sometimes we get, hey, should we hang out, go somewhere? So
And the first few days were more about informing us for the course, preparing us for the
Yeah.
course. The first 2 weeks, I think.
yeah, sort of like
And so it was more of letting the students work together,
Mm-hmm.
so they
Get to know each other.
Yeah, so there's like interaction, and they get to know each other. And we also met outside of university right
Mhm.
away, actually.
Always nice, like welcome days, I guess.
Yes.
we call them. And like on average, how hard is it to study there? For example, you take a course, how hard is it to pass a course there? How many?
yeah, well, oh yeah, okay, yeah, that comes the word. So basically, if you don't, the main goal is to get in the main courses, you have to just have more than 50%.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say if you did a good part already in the participation, those 30%, for the final exam, you just need a bit above 20% to pass, which is okay.
From 70.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
So that's how it's basically that's how they just put things.
So yeah, it really depends on the courses, because
Mhm.
some of them are more like workshops,
Mhm.
basically. But if you participate, if you do the homeworks, the essays, it shouldn't be too hard, because if you actually work in class,
Yeah, yeah.
you'll be prepared enough already
for the
Exactly.
exam.
for the
yeah,
exam
yeah.
to, in my opinion, you don't really need to study for the exam if you did everything, every homework. If you, obviously nobody's gonna do everything,
Yeah.
but if you do everything and you're always there, always listening, always writing
you should get a basic idea of what's gonna be, and the
Mhm.
more work you put in, the less problems or less
That's
yeah,
how that
This-
really works. Yeah.
stress you will have at the final exam, because then you need less points to pass.
That's very nice because I asked this because one girl from banking and finance group, she told me that it's she studies banking finance there,
Mhm.
and getting started might not be hard, but other than that, it's way harder than uni. For example, she told that they had 10 finals exams in only one semester, plus around 5 to 10 smaller exams. And so in the first 2 semesters, like 20 big final exams and around 15 smaller ones, group presentations, deadlines, and so on. So she mentioned that it's actually way harder than uni. That's just something she told from her personal experience. Is it the same for you?
Well, let's put it this way. I kind of get what she meant, because the difference in this uni is like they don't just say, okay, this is the stuff, you do it. If you don't do it, we don't care.
Mhm.
It's more of a, okay, guys, we have actively stuff assignments for you, and you have to do them as like you have a
Yeah.
deadline, and if you do them, you get the points. So it's already an incentive for you to just get to work. But I wouldn't say like if you just have to. I mean, of course, there can be a lot of stuff accumulating at the same time, and then
Yeah.
you would have too much on your plate.
Like exam week, for example.
Yeah, I mean, right, we're starting exams in 2 weeks actually, and
Yes.
it's gonna drag on for more than a month.
Oh, damn.
So
Exam month.
yeah, I like
Yeah.
basically every week an exam or two. Maybe I think we have 1 week in between that with just a break, sort of.
Yeah.
But as soon as
Mental
you
health,
yeah.
again.
yeah, but as soon as you finish the exam, you did the final exam. You don't have the course anymore.
Yeah.
Of course, you have to pass it.
Mhm.
If you don't pass it, there's 2 resets
Mhm.
where you can
You choose one of the resets. If
can
you
redo it.
yeah, so you have 2 resets. So you have 3 dates basically where you can attend the exam,
Mhm.
and you can choose 2 of them
Oh, perfect.
to
In case you fail the first one.
yeah, in case you fail the first
Or
one.
you don't even need to show up at the first one.
Yeah,
you still
you-
have 2
Tries.
tries left.
So you have 3 days, 3 different days. You can choose
Yeah.
2 of them.
Exactly.
If you show up, if you are sick on the first one, you can show up to the second one. and still
Exactly.
have a
Yes,
chance.
exactly.
And you wouldn't have used the try basically. You still have 2 tries left.
Oh,
Yes.
perfect. If it's like due to like
Yeah.
a valid reason.
Yeah, which is
You don't even have to.
No,
give a
you
reason.
don't.
Oh.
You just don't show up.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. If you let's say if you don't, you're not prepared enough.
Yeah, then you're just like, okay, I'm a realist. I know I'm gonna pass.
So
So I'm gonna save this try for the others.
Yes.
But like, I would suggest to not postpone everything, because obviously later in the semester you're gonna have other exams,
Mm-hmm.
so you might get a bit too much to handle. That's why I suggest to just try passing them on the first try, because honestly, it worked perfectly fine for me in the
Mhm.
first semester. Aside of 1 exam, I passed everything first try. So
Yeah,
No.
nice, nice.
no, but other than that, yeah, if you used up your 2 tries, then you have the board exam.
Yeah.
What was the board exam?
The board exam basically consists of 100 points. So all the participation points you already had
Mhm.
are gone,
Oh,
and so the exam is worth 100 points, so
Mhm.
100%, and you'll have to have a grade above 50,
Mhm.
and it mostly consists of 4 questions
Mhm.
with obviously sub questions,
yeah.
but each question 25 points.
Mhm.
And you'll only have 60 minutes, not 1.5 hours.
Yeah, but still, so it's like pretty easy to pass. Like you have to try to fail. I mean, you have to like very
You have to not put the work in.
yeah. Like so, you have to like
I think it's harder to completely fail than to pass.
yeah. I guess yeah, like because with most courses at university as well for me, like you have to try your best to fail if you want to fail, because like they give you so many tries, so many options. Also, you can choose exam dates, and BBU you cannot do that actually. They give you like just 1 date for the exam, and then you fail maybe every take, maybe not.
Mhm.
But yeah, I really appreciate that they have like 3 tries and you can choose a
Yeah.
date. Yeah. Also, when you get into like that's really nice. So is it like true that you might have like 10 final exams in only 1 semester?
Well,
Approx.
approximately, yeah. I mean, we had like about around 9
9
courses in the first
Yes.
semester.
But-
Yeah.
One of them, for example, was English.
Mhm.
And
I have to admit that I didn't really study for it,
No.
and I passed. I got the grade yesterday. So
Congratulations.
We are
And-
also studying in English, so it's obvious that we're not gonna have a lot of problems with it.
Well, it depends on the teachers as well.
True.
Some of the teachers are nicer with the grading in English,
Yeah,
so you have to be lucky. But there's
math, political science, economics, business administration, language, law. I'm definitely missing one or two more interactions, such as business simulation we also had. But that was not, you don't have an exam.
It wasn't, yeah, that's the thing. We have a lot of workshops, so there's not really an exam. It's more of a presentation.
But I'd say, yeah, we do have approximately around 10 final exams, and then in between, depends on the teacher. We also had in the first semester like a midterm. So that's another way of using those 30 out of 30% points. For example, we had it in math and in economics.
Okay.
In the first semester.
I like the subjects. Like when you tell the subjects one by one, it really kind of, you can tell that all of them are related to business, European management, and all that. It's really nice. Like you don't have like random, I don't know, like history subjects, for example.
No.
Well, even the languages are
Based.
Yeah.
Like they're like, because for example, English is called business English.
Yeah, obviously.
Not just English.
And they mainly teach you how to speak in a formal manner, and same as in Spanish and French.
And about everybody loves this question: work prospects. After you finish and when you're studying, how is the work? Like, do they give you internships, or after graduating, what are you like? Where would you go? What are like the perspectives of employers of the school and stuff?
That's a good question. But from what I've understood is that we're gonna have like a practice or an internship in the 5th semester, I think.
Yes.
Definitely not 6th.
No, but beginning of ending of 4, beginning of 5.
Yeah, we're gonna have an internship, like mandatory, and we're gonna be able to work at a proper company, and I think that's a very, very cool incentive. And actually, fun fact, my French teacher told me that actually companies here in Vienna or in Austria actually tend to pick people from FH because they already had practice and experience in certain companies and fields. So they're actually rather picked than, let's say, I know, some people at WU.
Yeah.
Funnily enough.
Yeah, that's
well, it's from what I heard as well, is basically there's a list as well of companies that you can choose from.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can choose your own from. You can basically look it up and apply for
and if you get the you just go for it.
Yeah, but basically, I think some companies say that we have 5 spots for internship, and then you just have to sign up as fast as possible.
First come, first serve.
Yeah, exactly.
And with the work process, also from like when you go to WU, they tell you, like it depends on the specializations you take, on the subject the teachers will tell you. Because I was also told, like, some people, like when you have like a list of jobs, like some job search websites, my friend told me that they also like have a preference for some of WU students or some exams WU students took. For example, like in the finance sector, there's like IMC3 exam, like a finance exam, and if people pass that exam, employers like it for the accounting sphere, for example. So I think it also differs throughout different spheres, like what they're looking for, but that's nice, So if you graduate and you do something apart from uni as well, like you actively participate in a project, volunteer, are active student, I don't know, you do internships on your own, work as a freelance, like build up your portfolio, I guess.
It's like basically, I think at the end of our studies, we're already gonna have an opportunity to start working, which I think is perfect. I mean, that's the whole
even
point.
If you wanna do your master's degree, if you wanna have a master's degree afterwards, you can already like start working in a firm that already is like a company.
Nice.
It goes into
Is it a paid internship? Do they pay you or?
I don't know actually.
I think it also depends on the company. I'm sure you can be paid.
But I think
minimum wage.
Mostly there's payment.
Even if it's only like 400.
But still something.
It's still something.
But you still get the experience and also like a bonus payment, I guess.
Yes. You're rewarded for being there.
Exactly.
That's good. So I guess you're looking forward to that.
I'm excited.
And then we're coming to the more final questions. So like the work is the kind of the final, and I just have a few questions left. And is there anything you would like to tell applicants, or would you like to tell yourself before applying? Like, with the experience you have now before applying there or considering applying there? Like, what should they watch out for? Like anything special or something only students know from there you would like to share?
Before applying to
Yeah,
the
before
university.
applying, what should the students know?
Yeah, like what mindset they should have. To,
Or like, yeah, or they would, like, if you're looking for specific things, like,
Yeah.
will it match the expectations, reality and stuff?
I think it's more extroverted
yeah.
because you have to participate, you have to say something in class, and if you don't really like
People.
or like
Yeah, happens.
high school manner of
Things. Yeah.
things, then don't
Yeah.
really, because it's
I mean, you just have to have good vibes and be a bit open-minded. Just be open and look forward to experiencing sort of school again. But nonetheless, it's still university, so you definitely shouldn't underestimate it. So
Yeah,
'cause
yeah,
obviously
yeah.
in school, in school, you tend to be like, okay, I'm not gonna learn that much, or I'm just gonna skip this course. Would not advise that doing here because we already had some.
I think it catches up really quickly.
Yeah.
Haunts you, you know,
Yeah,
as it goes.
We had some surprises with people thinking, okay, I'll just postpone it or I'm not gonna come, and then suddenly, oh my god, I don't have attendance.
Yeah.
Suddenly, my points are gone. What am I gonna do?
And were there like any challenges you faced during admission, during applying there, or during studying there? Like any?
I would say mostly was because it was online, and it was I didn't leave my place for the day, so I felt kind of unproductive. Even though I listened to the course and I wrote something down, and like just a social interaction, I was missing that.
I think a challenge is if you're planning to work as well at the same time.
Oh yeah.
Don't do that.
Okay.
And I mean, there's options. Like me, I worked at the consulate, and so I worked actually full time. So I had to be there every day, and that was okay in the beginning because we also had online. So, but then we started having more courses, and then everything was so packed. I didn't have. I think I left home at like 8, and then I came back because I also have practice and everything at 9 something in the evening. It was full days where I had to run to get to places back and forth. Didn't end up well. I had to drop the work because it just didn't work out. But there's an option of if you want to work at the same time, you can apply this at university. There's a specific course. It's called
Berufsbegleitend in German. I don't know the exact name in English, but basically you can work at the same time. So you have like less courses, and the courses are more on Friday afternoon.
Oh yeah,
and like
Saturday as well.
Evening school. I think school.
Yeah, it's basically more evening school.
Oh, that's good.
But you still have the same exams, same everything, same grading. So I wouldn't say necessarily easier. It's actually harder because you have to work and study at the same time.
So you don't really have rest days that much.
For some people, it's the only option.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
exactly. So, but that's still an option. So it works well, I
That's
guess.
actually really cool. Like, and it is available for all courses, like for
Yeah,
any bachelor or any
if
master
you
program.
if you choose to have it that way, you're gonna have it like that.
Oh, perfect. That's actually a pretty cool initiative. Because like some students have to work to like pay with the bills, for example, and
Yes,
they
of
have
course,
to
of
have.
course.
Yeah. That's actually good. So we're like the last question is like any tips, any insights, any things you would like to mention which you didn't mention before. Anything you forgot, just like random facts you wanna throw out there.
Random fact.
I don't know, like anything you would like to mention which we didn't cover.
I'd say summarized is a very cool university. I think it's perfect for me because I was looking for something like this to just have a class again, feel everything social with the group, with the people, and you're already developing these. Because you're going with this group for the next 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah.
So
I can agree on that. It's true.
It
helps. It helps.
Yeah, you have to stay strong together. We motivate each other. We help each other out. We
work a lot together, obviously.
Yeah. and it's a very, which I think it's harder to do in like such a big course as in other big universities.
It really depends, because like for example at the law program of the social sciences program at WU, there are like a lot of people, like 800 people students. At the program I studied at WBB is like 240 students, so still kind of the same close vibe, which I also really enjoy. Like we're kind of more together, you know, stick to survive. Because a lot of people also come from abroad and they have to kind of group up to, you know, survive here in a foreign country. But like I also wanted to mention that sometimes, for example, you apply to some people are just like so stressed about getting to WU or to like another university, but sometimes you just really have to, you know, look for other options and see which works best for you. Like you don't apply to the one program you chose. There's also many other programs which might be even a better fit for you.
Definitely.
So do your research, and there are many universities programs out there. And the journey is different for everybody. For example, some people want to go to WU, some people want to go to FH, because there's actually a guarantee that you finish in 3 years.
That as well.
And it's like different vibes, different. Basically, just choose your program to your liking. You're a social, antisocial, you know, you like group works, you don't like group works and stuff. Because I had stories about WBB, it's like a very competitive one, and 2 people dropped out. Actually, 2 people I know dropped out. One dropped out to do chemistry abroad, and one person dropped out to do forestry in Vancouver, like to study forest and soil in Canada. I was like, that took a turn. So some people enjoy the program, some people don't enjoy them, some people go to do something completely different. So one person from my cohort dropped out to be a musician, a DJ, professional DJ. He had a company. He was like, I'm done. He was like, I'm gonna be a DJ, and that was also very fun to see. So just go with the flow, and everything will work out.
I support that thought. Go with the flow.
Thank you all for coming here. I really appreciate it, and sharing everything with the future applicants, I think.
Shout out to the cameraman as well.
The cameraman is there, sitting, controlling
behind
everything.
the scenes.
Thank you for coming, thank you for watching, and see ya. Bye bye.
Ciao.